Hello? Is anyone home? Is anyone there? Is anyone out there? I think is the more accurate way of phrasing it. Is am I alive? If a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around to hear it, does it ever make a sound? Is how I'm feeling right now. Because I'm falling in I'm falling in the forest. The ripping and the tearing. God, fuck, I'm late as hell. And this is what happens when I'm late on a Monday. Because YouTube doesn't like me and people have things to do on Monday. So people show up a little later. But it's fine. Because Mars is here. Oh. You did finally make it. Lust is here. Welcome to the stream. Hold on, wait. I should have the thumbnail open. Look at this fucking shit. Look at this monstrosity that I made. And yeah, for stream thumbnails, I use paint.net. I don't use like Photoshop because it would take too long. I have to open the software, which takes forever. And then, you know, it's a little heavier than paint.net. And this is like kind of all I need. It doesn't have any snapping tools, but I'm just applying a bunch of filters to shit. Like that color correction. Now it really pops. It's eye-catching. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully people scrolling by will see this, right? And it's gonna be like zoomed out, right? Whenever I'm testing thumbnails, because I used to do this content game, right? Whenever I'm testing thumbnails, I zoom out to like here. I'm like, this looks batshit insane. Perfect. Which is kind of the goal. I want it to look like a digital audio workstation, but schizophrenic, but not super force it, because it's things that I'm using in my project. Like I'm not just kind of like turning knobs and making them look crazy. Like the producer equivalent of when a skateboarder starts to like rub their board on ledges and shit to make it look like they do grinds. Like I'm not doing all that. I'm out here actually grinding. Okay, whatever. Anyway, please like the stream since you tuned in so punctually. I don't know. Now, I kind of feel bad because we are just doing the same thing as last time, but I think it's going to be even worse this time because I didn't, now, oh right, Lust's internet is like not the greatest. Now, I said to myself, oh fuck, I have to do this. I forgot. Crap. I said to myself that I was going to do some grinding off camera so that I could like touch up on some parts of, actually do a second drop, you know, because I don't have one yet at all. Like it still ends exactly where I left off last stream. Now the problem with having to make a whole drop on stream for me, because of the way that I work, is I feel like not much, if anything, is going to get made at all. But I'm here for, I want to say about at least 90 minutes. That's the time that I set for myself. I don't want to shortchange, you know, unless I really, really, really just like I'm at a wall and I cannot do anything and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to stream Melee to 3 people for the next 30 minutes. I kind of, you know, it's YouTube, so you do have to play the game of AVD, right? So if your stream idea is over, the stream is kind of over unless you have another one. But like that's the game, right? That's kind of the game that I play alongside just simply having ideas for what to put in the song. You know, because it's not like I make the song for content, but I need the song for content. As in I need something to work on so that there is content, so that's like it's engaging and I'm doing something and like there's music being made and you can see the process or whatever. And if there's not that, it's just like the spitballing, the ideation, no, that doesn't work. No, that doesn't work. I mean, in concept, it's interesting because it's like, oh, like this is like really what it's like to produce. This is the artist's struggle. But like actually watching it, it's about as tedious as going through it, you know? Maybe interesting at first, but after a while, you kind of just want to see things happen. And I think that's just, you know, the average person, which is fine. Again, that's just a game that I've signed up to play, right? So put a spectrographically drawn image at the end of the beat for listeners to decipher, but it's actually just say swear baby. It's pretty funny. All right, well, I guess I'll listen to the thing again. I'm about to fucking. Oh my god, it's Leo Giancarlo. I feel like I haven't seen you in a bit. Am I like tripping for thinking that? Am I crazy or like? I don't know. It has been a minute. Okay, cool. I'm not like delusional. Yeah. This shit that I got going on right here, it's a project that I kind of worked on it like a while ago, months ago, dropped it, came back to it, changed a bunch about it, and then now there's like a drop and then like a post drop. And then what style? Okay, it's like I don't. It sounds so cringe because it's like deadmau5, but it's also like Skrillex, but it's also like all these things, kind of in that vein, I guess. But like I hate saying it. I don't know. Well. Oh hey, there's deadmau5 right there. The fills aren't done. I still have to fill this shit in. and then I have to figure out the rest. And now I'm in this position where I'm like, wow, all the stuff before it sounds really cool, and anything that I put after it also has to be really cool. It's not like those are easy for me to just kind of whip out, but I think I have to convince myself that it is if I ever, want even a chance at finishing the fucking song. It does kind of have like a dancing with your eyes closed about it, the vocal chops. Just lock in for real. It is kind of just that. It is kind of just that. I do need to address at some point the heavy clipping over here, because like, I don't know, these sort of build up sections where everything is kind of slowly getting like the low pass filter is kind of fading in, or whatever. Yeah, I made huffin. Like these sort of sections, I just don't want them to clip so heavily because it kind of like takes away the immersion of the rise for me. But that's a stylist thing. I don't know. But this like what I got so far is like crazy though. Like this, I've never made something. I don't generally make stuff that sounds like regular. I don't know, sophisticated in a degree. Just like a controlled crunch about this. Like it's crazy. It just sounds like a straight up like song for real. And I don't know how I got it like that. Part of it is, most of it's the drums though, I will say. Okay. Fuck. Second drop. This is exactly why I have a project that uses both of these acapellas. That project was dropped because the second drop fucking sucked. It was bad. It was very lazy. It was very, please just finish the song, sort of. And I just don't want to do that again. So I have to figure out how I'm gonna do this. Because fuck, I need like reference tracks, but I can't listen to those reference tracks on stream because that's how you get claimed. And then I won't be able to make my like 30 cents or whatever on a good day. No, the drums are fucking nice. Okay, actually, I do want to just like let you in a little secret for the drums, because it's not just like kick snare, So, I mean, there's a bit going on. Like the cowbell, you'll hear it. If once you know it's there, you'll never unhear it because you can hear it in the mix. Barely, but whatever. That's just kind of there for groove. But like, really, I don't know. This sort of thing I got going on here is all the magic, because it's just pre-shift clap. I think the pitch is. Oh my! Ooh! Look at this. This project's getting a little wacky. It's just a normal pre-shift clap, which is classic for like this sort of stuff, with the low end taken out because I was gonna replace it with something else, and then just crazy like this is how you make it just sound crispy. You just fucking just push it, because like whatever, And my justification is I'm on IEMs, so I kind of know when it sounds fine. Like I wanted more of that crisp. And like I just layered it with a kick signal. Now this kick signal, it's actually pitched normally. There's nothing actually fancy to it except for the fact that I'm like the gain's very controlled to get a very specific sort of sub response, and I'm EQing it a certain way so that it has that like kick clap about it, but like a very tight sort of kick clap. So like the bass on the kick and the kick clap is relatively even. Oh my fuck. A bit more bass on the kick, which is, it's fine. It's the fucking kick. I think it's meant for that. Super cool. When you're doing stuff like this, though, it's important that that you test out what it would sound like if you reverse the polarity. In this instance, I don't like how it sounds because it kind of takes away a bit of thump. Like this has more punch to it if it's just normal, but like sometimes you might prefer the other way. This basically just flips the waveform. Can you make the art for this song when it releases? I'll think about it, because I don't even know how I'd release it, with what, or standalone. Because compared to everything else on my page, it's not at all like what I just did on my last EP. And I kind of have something planned for December, but like loosely planned. So I don't even know. But please, this isn't a shill. This is get in touch. Join my Discord server so that I can know you and then let you know, you know, the whereabouts of this. But this song ain't even fucking done yet. For all I know, this could be just scrapped. This could be just scrapped. But like, if it's gas enough, which so far it's a fucking heater, it is just kind of worth dropping. I don't know. I don't want to scrap this. I really, 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 really don't want to scrap this. I don't want to fuck this up at all. You know. Let me join and I'll send your way. It is in the description, my friends. And then you're going to have to do the onboarding, which is a bunch of things. And then you're going to have to verify yourself by going to the verification channel and then doing a CAPTCHA. Do not scrap, you can wipe the 2 hall. Well, like, I have a nice tonal, like, off hat, as opposed to, like, a normal 909, which I think is pretty cool. Obviously, more high ends, because the drums just could use the crisp. And that's it. And then, like, variation as it evolves and things. This is my favorite. It looks like it gets really fucking complicated, but I'm just, like, adding things on top of things. Like, I just steal this from deadmau5. This I got from, like, listening to... Let me put you guys on game. Let me put you guys on game really quickly. I can't spell. These people. Fucking. I wish I could name the exact song that I got it from. I kind of know, like, more or less what album. Okay, so you're already in the sauce, so you know. Geico commercial. I don't know. I'm not in the know. Fuck. It's on. Okay, but it's on one of these albums. Like, it's kind of a style they do. Just like they tend to evolve with their drums. Like, I don't know, but it was way faster. I kind of stole that. Caveman commercial from 01. Oh my god. That is crazy. I'm not in the sauce. The only like recorded, like, or the only instance I've experienced of hearing their music in media is watching, like, Top Gear. And I think there was, like, Triumphant. Whatever. You heard it when you were, like, 9? If you hear that when you're 9, that shit'll change you. That shit'll change you. I got it late because I was getting into Sam, like, Gailey Tree. And I'm like, okay, what the hell is he, like, inspired by? And I read in an article that, like, Rikesop is one of those people. So I'm like, okay. And then I got put on game. And then I hear one of their songs in, like, a Top Gear episode. And I'm like, oh, shit. This is game for real. And that episode aired in, like, 07. So, like... Okay, but whatever. Fucking music. Posted the concert you were at? That's hype. I think I start layering another ride on top of this. Yeah, just more noise, whatever. But I don't change the drums at all. It's just like the mix around them kind of changes. Like, you're able to hear the pre-shift a lot less during the growly sections because there's growls in the way. But like a little bit. There's still a little bit of that, like, flam. Grandpa put you on his wall. Your mom played you Daft Punk when you were 7. That's doing it right. It's great you found this stream and not a stream where I was making, like, straight, like, 175 BPM dariacore. I feel like that'd be less approachable. But that is elite, like, that's just elite guidance in general. Because you gotta be put on game. I love dariacore. Okay, well, that's probably why you got recommended to stream then. You know, that makes a lot of sense. I noticed that the metadata on my channel is starting to lean towards more of an audience of people who are actually like into dariacore and not just like miscellaneous people who produce music and are also faggots. Because it just I just tend to draw a crowd. I don't know how. I can't tell. I was listening to the radio on Minecraft parodies at 7. 6? Just checking if 6, 7. Does please still work? Yes, it does. Absolutely it does. Alright, cool. I saw that the OG video. Oh yeah. But then seeing the music you're making now. You're tapped in now. Yeah, because I kind of figured that there would be people, because like, I don't know, the people who were like who've seen that video are like younger people who are just on the internet a lot. Who have their own kind of side of the internet going on, like, or that was going on at the time. And I figured that some of them would get into Daria, especially after I dropped Huffin 2. That has like, I mean, I called it that as like a bait just to see who would fuck with it. And turns out a non-zero amount of people. Double chunk chocolate cookies is the way that I said that. Some people though are real recommended, like they just kind of like got this shit served to them and they're like, what is this? And then they're here now. I'm like one of those, but I knew your stuff for a while before I started joining stream. I'm sure. I'm joking. I believe you. I have so much phlegm and it makes me sound fucking terrible. Well, it was lovely meeting you as well, because you're tapped in. And I love talking to someone who's tapped in. And somebody who can put me onto game, because like I love learning and everything and etc. Never done that before or since though, just pulled up for the one time. That also tends to be the case, where it's like people never click on a stream, they click on this stream and then never another stream. You've been listening to more music recently? Fuck yeah. That's awesome. Okay, so what if I just kind of what the fuck am I gonna do? Oh my god, wait, what am I gonna do? I actually have no idea what the hell I'm gonna do for this drop. I have no idea. I'm blanking. Like, fully blanking. Like, not even a concept, not even a drum groove. Like, maybe, like, if I do halftime, which is the initial idea, like, just kind of half the speed of this. You know, just half the speed of that. I'd have to do a very specific growl pattern. I don't even know if I'm going to use like I might have to use like a V-dub snare. You've been added on Discord? Hell yeah. I might have to use like a V-dub snare or some shit. And then like, what the fuck kind of growls am I going to use? What year will it be for that drop? I think is an important question to ask, because there's definitely a certain time period, you know, with modernity, with modern flair, with there's a certain time period kind of vibe going on here, like wait, hold on. Am I hearing this right? No, it's fine. No, but this like we are closer to 2030 than 2020. That is crazy to think about. But like this is very mid 2010s, maybe a little earlier. You know, I need to like keep it there. But keep it cool too, because that's the most important thing. I value steez very highly. Because like that's it. That's everything. You can do anything as long as you do it in a very cool way. You know, you can do whatever you want as long as you're nice. Is the phrase that I like to use. Now what the fuck am I gonna do for the next drop? Steez needs to come back to the verbal zeitgeist. It's never left my vernacular. Only because I skate, and I think people who skate still use steez because you know it's here and there. I still have to explain it to some people, but like it's never left because like that's just like how you describe something. You know, like it's hard to replace that specific adjective. You know, when something has steez. You know, when something has a specific sort of style to it, like you know, I guess steez is a little different than swag. I guess there's a different kind of implication there, but they're like the same vein. But yeah, steez is definitely a more skater way to put it. Yeah, steez is a little nastier than swag, is what it is. Maybe steez and swag. I don't know. I don't think it's either or. You know, because like, are you steezy if you have swag? Do you have swag if you're steezy? Literally, what is the difference? I don't think you're thinking hard enough about this. You know? Because like those two questions, I think, are the questions of like of the universe. It's like you could ponder those forever. Do you have swag if you're steezy? Do you have steez if you have swag? Like, do they come with each other? Are they the same thing? And they're just interpreted differently. How do I get perms to talk in general? Check the server guide, actually. Just like scroll to the top of the channel list, check the server guide. There should be a thing that says verification or something. Out of the 3 available like channels in the server guide. And then you know you click the right one when you're prompted to do a CAPTCHA. When you have to click on a Me6 webhook and then do a CAPTCHA. You gotta put on a swag, you have steez. Right, yeah. It's like a juice sauce sort of thing. I think that's actually a way better comparison to make. Like a juice sauce sort of thing, yeah. Cause like, you know, you got the sauce, you know, because you got the juice. Yeah, you could put on swag, you know, but you gotta have steez. That's an amazing way to put it. You're very welcome. Not poor you. How swaggy does someone gotta be to have steez? I think those are 2 different things, because if you try too hard to be swaggy, you're just losing in the steez department, you know? And in both. You just look corny. You don't want to be corny, alright? That's like the antithesis. It's not like you can't really trade them. It's not currencies. They're different things. You know, you can't really think of it like a like you can measure it. There are no swag to steez meters, right? It's like sugar versus salt. Yeah, exactly. God, what the fuck are we talking about? I have to make a second draw. I have no idea. This is great for stalling. I will not lie. This is great for padding out time. I don't know what the fuck to do. Fuck. But I need to think of something. That's what we're here for. The ideas are the hardest part. I get it because the title. So you have to like the stream now. You have no choice. You have to like the stream now. Yeah, but corny is minus swag plus minus steez because you have no steez or swag if you're corny. Sure, if you want to write it out. A very German way to do it. I don't know. You have a lot of swag, you can't be corny. You can overdo it. You can overdo it. You can definitely overdo it. You can overdo it to where it's like you're doing too much and then you're corny. You know? A little different than trying too hard. I think trying too hard is like trying to carve your own lane. And that's where you enter a territory that is subjective, and it's a lot less just swag. Favorite song off Frail? I don't have the titles erased. Which one? Oh, I guess it's the most popular one. That's the one that I have saved. I guess I have to listen again because as far as Past Me is concerned, I only felt 3 songs were worth listening to again. As in like what I put them on my playlist to listen to them over and over. I haven't heard Misplaced in a while. It hasn't come up. My playlist. So like I actually have no idea. I do have to listen again if I really want like a better picture. Philosophy majors tell stories around the campfire about this shit. I think so. I think this is what philosophy majors talk about in their spare time. Is like, it's like the is Fortnite gay fucking round table talks. You know, but really getting into the weeds about it. Like settling it right here, right now. I remember I was there ground zero when Fortnite was approaching like, oh, this is becoming corny. Oh god. You know, but it's still fun to play because everyone's still playing it. You know, we had to have this sit down, or these 3 kids did. This is why humans are so advanced. We ask the real questions. Exactly. ChatGPT does not give a fuck if Fortnite's gay or not. New EP from her is a banger. Fuck, wait, did I even listen to it? Or are you talking about oh. Oh. Oh, I'm 4 days late, aren't I? I'm 4 days late, aren't I? Well, I've listened to this one, and this one because these have already been released, but I need to hear these ones. But yeah, AI could never have swag nor steez. She fixed mixed and older songs. Oh boy. I wonder if it's a fix of mixing or if it's a decrease of swag. And it goes back. And it all ties together. This is the most genius way of padding out for time. Because I don't know what the fuck to do. Fuck. Okay. Give me a kick. Where is my kids? This one? Yeah. Crazy. Good kick. Thumpy. Do I have anything? Oh yeah, I have a transient shaper and compressor on this shit. Normally it has no punch to it. But now it has the click and the punch. The click is from this. If you wanna increase click in your like kicks and shit, just turn the speed all the way up and the attack like way up and clip that shit. And then, you know, increase bass and compression. To really let the transient sing. But to flatten everything else. Also, hi Ryan Thompson, 6617. Close. Playing any multiplayer game is alone is minus swag, but plus steez if you're kind of nice at it. I don't think it's minus swag. I don't think it's necessarily minus swag. I think it's neutral swag. I think it depends on what you do. But yeah, transient shaper is sauce. Honestly, I think best practice would be to apply this to the sound, decide, okay, this is fine, and render it out. Because like if the sounds are too close together, then the transient shaper won't know what to do, and it just kind of will, you know, like it lets you, if you have like this doing, like, it kind of doesn't affect those, which might be good. You might want that. I don't. So if you ever need to render it out for anything, you just do it. Holy fuck, what the hell is wrong with me? I literally, like, I just cannot speak. I sound like a fucking robot. Is better already come fem or is it not fem? I think it's out the box. I think it's out the box. No, it's like a chia. You gotta put it in water. when you, and then you could do anything. Yeah, okay, cool. So, I gotta figure something out. I don't know. Yeah, what if I just steal? Okay, make it wet so it can become femme. Got it. Yes. Wait, no, wait. I don't know why I don't like that phrasing anymore. Can I rescind that? Actually. Fuck us. Oh, fuck me. I just fucking laughed, and there are now droplets of water all over my laptop. I feel like I'm just gonna say it quite bluntly, a special education child, who needs extra care. Oh my god, my laptop is fem now. Wait, you're so right. Okay, I'm gonna steal this growl. Oh, idea. Kind of an idea. It's not an idea to help me continue the drop at all, but I just have like a very stupid, loose idea to repurpose something that I've already used. I'm special education too? No, wait. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. We special education homies. Yeah. Yeah. I got put in a gifted class, so in a way that is kind of like special education. Because I ended up pretty far fucking back in life ever since. So, it's pretty cool. But, like, such is the nature of fucking... as a kid. Fucking gifted kid. Where's my water? I'm not special education? Yeah, no, that's real. What the fish paste was I doing? It was so let go. I was put in the... That's the wrong your. So bad your special category. Also, that's also the wrong your. Interesting. I'm mid ladder. Because I kind of want to repurpose these. What the hell is this? Exactly my point. I'm stupid. Well, I think that was more on purpose. I was like then the 50% of my graduating class, smack dab in the middle. Fucking. Did you get like straight C's? Oh no, wait. So now I have to lay out D's and C's 1 year, A's and B's the other, and a mix the other. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's real. I graduated days later than like you were supposed to. But like, we ball. Kind of finessed my way in there. Just had to clutch the objective. Dude, no, like it was like I had to do makeup work that was due the morning or the night before, like kind of the morning of the ceremony, which is days after school is over. Like it was truly a buzzer beater. It was hours before the graduation ceremony, so I didn't show up to any of the practices or anything. So literally nobody knew I was like gonna be there. Kind of, it was the most shoehorned in, like. I was fully ready to just like, kind of shmeep and get my fucking GED at some other points in time. But They didn't let that happen. They gave me every out possible, and I'm like, all right, I'll fucking call your bluff. I'll really take this, and I did, and I graduated from high school. Barely. It wasn't like it was hard to get through it. It was more like I didn't care enough to get through it. I just didn't do anything. I didn't do shit. And so I had to make up for all of it, basically. I fucking hate math. It's so useless, genuinely. So the idea behind learning math is it helps you compartmentalize information. You know, able to get from question to answer by using things you know and being able to kind of memorize just tips and tricks for life in general. It teaches you how to learn those things and, you know, how to apply just principles in general, right? Like a certain way of thinking. Not necessarily using formulas literally. Like you're not gonna use fucking formulas in life. It's not just using formulas. Let's chill out here. If you just see it as using formulas, then like you're never gonna get into math. It's a bit more than that. You know, it's one of those like learning the core principles so everything else kind of works. And if you suck at memorizing shit, then you make yourself mnemonic devices. You know, you teach yourself how to memorize. It's a thing. You can teach yourself how to learn. You can literally just like if you memorize songs better, you fucking make a song for shit. Like you rap the fucking slope intercept, dude. Like you can find solutions to these problems. As long as you don't dismiss the premise entirely. You know, for the sake of developing a skill of like just memorization and cognition in general, you know, being able to do more things in your head, right? But I don't know, that's just the way that I saw it, and I have a bias because math was kind of brain that easy for me. It's a huge asterisk. Math was the thing that I was the most used, like I did not have to try, kind of, like, it was whatever, it just made sense. It just made sense. I don't know. But I understand what makes sense about it to me, and I can try to convey that to somebody who's like, what the fuck, why? This fucking stupid piece of shit, fucking hate math, you know? But at the end of the day, I'm not Steven Crowder, I can't change minds. So I have to tune this down a little bit, actually. So let me just reset. And then let me get the rave stab. Where is it? Over here. And then I'll get the crash. Learning to learn is probably harder than normal learning because nobody can teach you that. That's not true. Kind of not true, actually. You can learn how to learn from somebody. Or at least because the thing is, it's not like you're ever going to get the complete picture from somebody. That's true. That much is true. They're never going to, like, give you 100 because you can never get that. But if you allow yourself to be pointed in a direction, then that can set the stage for kind of learning the rest and like filling in the blanks in a way that you would fill in those blanks, you know? But like, it's hard if you don't let yourself learn how to learn. I think you have to kind of forego what you know, and understand that like you got to think differently about the things you think about. Most people in modern times don't let themselves. That's what I'm saying. That's why you have to. That's why you have to let yourself change. You know, let yourself just at least try to grasp the concepts that you feel are distant from you. Because because in that way you will strengthen your minds and then separate yourself from those around you if you value that, which I don't think is kind of a healthy thing to value. Kind of the whole elitism about like, oh, these guys are so stupid, but like whatever. But hi, Gekido. Welcome to the stream. We're just talking, and I have put down this, and that's it. And this stream has been going on for 45. It hasn't been an hour yet. 45 minutes. Gas. I'm saying. Idea. But not really. Something's barely forming, but not really. Fuck, please. Ah! And the crowd goes silent for the lock-in. I was there. It was almost there. It was almost there. I'm like, fuck, wait, there might be something here. But then it's just gone. Ah! Well, anyway, I need sleep. I wish I could stay longer / be here earlier. I wish so too, but that's fine. I hope you sleep well. And I hope you left a like on the stream before you go to sleep. You did say good night, and I kind of glossed over it. If you had not said that you said that, I would not have realized that you had said that, but whatever. Also, why fun fact, there used to be a SoundCloud rapper for a very, very, very brief period of time. Good night? Okay, no, chill. Why'd you come out of the woodwork out of nowhere talking about some good night? I just wasn't phased. I mean, yeah, that too is kind of just like, yeah, like whatever. That is real. Good morning. Now that one has a bit more of implication. Don't say that one. I think that one's a bit too real. Good night battle royale. That's a title of something that probably already exists. As in, like, that title verbatim probably already exists. Good night, yo. Good night, yo. I hope you like the stream, yo. Fuck. Ah! I can't speak. It's over for me. Like, I should just pack it up and go home. Like, oh well, I'm already home. Yeah. Oh my god, Jackie Main. That's a name that I haven't seen in quite some time. I'm currently making music. It sounds something like... But it also sounds kind of like... But it also sounds kind of like... That part still is fucking nuts. My god. I'm making music. Problem is that part is really good, and then I have to make a new part. I have to make a new drop. A whole new fucking drop. And I don't know how to do that. Petrol. Petrol it is. Diesel I can't spell. I should really label these tracks. I need to figure out a way to chop this up. A way to... I gotta find something. I feel like I'm almost... Oops, no. What? Oh, stretch is on. My fucking dumbass. Everyone left? People tend to do that. It's okay. It's like... This is the kind of stream that's not exactly... Yeah. Mondays are hell. It tends to happen. I said that every time. Well, yeah. I don't know. That tends to happen. People leave. I try to... I'm trying to be entertaining, you know. Then you can switch up on all of us. Yeah, sure. But it's like... I'm only as entertaining as the music I'm making, I feel like, and how funny I'm being in the current moment, whatever. It's hard to, like, joke around when I'm locked in, but it's hard to be entertained by the lock-in unless you're interested in the music already. You know, learn how to sample better if I will not be a bum. Yeah. Let me just take this over here. Yeah, most people don't have that much of an attention span if they're not past 12. So it doesn't take too much responsibility for that if I were you. Well, like, I know. But, like, I'm a streamer, so I'm not taking responsibility for the fact that I'm a producer. Like, that I mean, no, well, I am, I guess. As in, like, yeah, but fucking it's not interesting to most people, which is fine. I know that. So people are gonna leave. Or go to bed. Or do anything else with their life because it's probably the middle of the day for them. You know. And then people who want to stick around and hear what I have to say, or what I have to make, will stick around. And the people who don't, and that's all right. And that's kind of, you know, how it is. Over time, there will be more people who will be down to kind of like have me on in the background. And there have been more of those people in the past, but they've kind of gotten tired of me or something, which is fine because people's tastes evolve and people change. So, like, whatever, I don't care. I wish I could produce and watch a stream at the same time. I wish I could do that and watch somebody else's stream at the same time, but, like, it's hard to do both. Need a shadow clone Jitsu for real. Jitsu for real. Yeah. Fucking, what the hell? What do I do? 2025 ending so fast? Yeah. I mean, for me, I kind of drank half the year away, so it makes sense why it's ending fast for me. But, like, no, yeah, time's flying. Time is certainly doing its thing. You know, it's basically Christmas, which means it's basically New Year's. You know, isn't that crazy? Fucking I just don't know what to do. You need like genres, or you're brainstorming. No, I don't need a fucking genre. I need to make this genre, but in halftime. I'm making dubstep, but I don't know how to make dubstep. So I'm brainstorming how to make it drop. But I'm like, I don't know how to do that, so anything that's coming up in my brain is too corny. And the idea is this, but halftime. You know. But like, I don't know how to do that, so I'm just trying to figure out how to introduce that section. So I was trying to figure out chops, but I'm tired of doing that, actually. Like, really tired of doing that. It's kind of pissing me off. Fucking Christ. Maybe just do some of this and a little bit of that. You got a twin. I'm rooting for you. Thank you. Just sharing a brain thought. But what if you did like a lowering arpeggio to get a tone? This kind of sounds like a fake out and a half full side animation. Kind of don't want to do that. I just want to get the drop going. I feel like you waited from this point to where the drop is. It's a whole minute. So doing a fake out from that is like, all right, come on. You waited long enough. It's a whole minute of breakdown and build up of like the same sort of mood that slowly becomes this build up, and like you're basically strapped in for the ride. But like it'd be a quick ass fake out. No, I know what you mean. I just don't want to do like that kind of thing. I just want to get right into it, sort of thing. But like I was gonna do like an intro fill for the first two beats, and that's what I was like kind of trying to plan out, and that's what I mean by how I'm gonna introduce it. I was gonna do like a very specific sort of intro fill. Kind of like a less lazy version of. I bring this up all the time, but this is like, it's like kind of version 2 of this project. This. Kind of like a less lazy version of like that little intro fill, sort of. Just a very less lazy version with probably more chops. You used to go back and listen to that from the stream. I'm sorry. Yeah, that one's not. That one's not getting. I got hyped when you put the sound effect back. Hell yeah! I'm glad you did. I'm glad you like remembered that the neurons fired in your brain. I'm sorry I scrapped that song, but I did because I felt like the second drop was so fucking lazy. I just tried to just put shit down, which is a damn shame because the outro was so funny. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He gets 5 big. It feels good to be like it's just kind of a lot. Reimburse your discarded compositions immediately, scallywag. Reimburse? What do you mean? Like pay them back? How? With what money do you expect me to pay them back to make good? Homage? It's good. The stream is always there. The file is also in my server in the. It should be. If it's not, fucking, I'm stupid. I'm stupid if it's not in here. Let me just check real quickly so I'm not like fucking dumb. In Let go. Has link or the file. File. Old. Corsa, Corstepa. Corsa. Alright, 2010. Did I just never? Oh my god, I am so sorry. My bad, threw a smoke bomb in this shit. Distraction as fuck. It is all good. I need, this is me padding out time. I think I have like another version of this somewhere, but I don't know. Does this have like the outro? I was about to open this in VLC, my dumbass.
Oh, we're so sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He gets 5 big.
Yes, it does. And I'm gonna put this in a chat. Real quickly though, just like growls. If you ain't peep the channel, you should. That's it. That's the only other dubstep thing I've ever made. I want to learn how to make good super sauce for real. I'm lacking. For me, the sauce was to turn OTT off and then like learn how to tame the super loud saw via clipping and EQ and stuff to get a nice fat distorted sound. But you gotta find your sauce. You know, you could always just turn the threshold down in the OTT that's built into your serum, so you could get like a bit more loudness, because you don't really need as much like that much threshold, since the saws are so loud they're getting compressed to bits. You know, the threshold does not need to be as crazy as the default setting is. So like that's a place to start for sure. So you're not just kind of turning shit up for no reason. It's a bit more controlled. But you know, you just gotta find that sauce. I will say, if you like find yourself habitually putting the same effects with the same sort of parameters, to like, you know, like put it, like throw a sound in as like a default, like, and then I'll put this thing on it. You should just make a mixer preset or make a patcher preset for it. That's a really nice way to dial a sound, because now you have a thing that is yours. This is your preset. This is how you process your sounds, sort of thing. I tend to take advantage of the presets that I make for myself. Treason, pardon. What are you saying? Like, actually, what are you saying? All right. Well, I've officially conceded. I'm just gonna hit the crack pipe again. As in, listen to the song again. I'm not like fucking smoking crack on the low. It wouldn't be on the low. I'd probably cut you in, because it would be too funny not to. It would be too funny not to. It's like, hey, you want to know how I got my mix sounding like this? Crack. God, I fucking hate when the scroll looks like this. I'm sorry. No, let me just like... I still have to fucking finish that shit. Fuck the halftime. I'll just take all the fucking drums. I don't even care. I'll just make a really, really sick fucking groove. And see if that works. Instead. So, let me get rid of these, because this kind of is for a very specific flow. Okay, so... Where is anything? I need to label this fucking shit. Actually, no, let me just take this instead. Alright, and then some more basses. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Okay, yes. Flow. It is flow time. That bass sounds fire. It took me so long to get. There was a whole stream of me trying to figure out how to get it to hammer on properly, and I ended up not getting it. So I just settled, and then, it's one of those, like, if you really want, like, a bass sound like that fat, you gotta, like, fucking soundguizer OTT and just fucking be crazy about it. Because otherwise it's like, Ooh! Little slap. Alright, so I need to make a bunch of... Or you just won't hear it for real. I mean, yeah, you won't hear it for real. I mean, you'll hear it, but it just won't be... Like, the frequency content won't match up with everything else. Like, it won't kind of, like, be on the same level. It'll just sound significantly quieter. Which basically translates to you just won't hear it for real. This is why it's a good idea to test a mix on a television. Because mixing for TV, it's kind of unforgiving. At least if your intention is to mix something that's like, if your intention is to mix something that's like really compressed and you want it to be loud, test it on a TV. And if it's like, if there are parts that just aren't like really hitting, fucking, you'll figure it out. Because TVs make shit, like, are kind of unforgiving when it comes to loudness. They'll make shit quiet. They'll make shit quiet on you for no reason. You know what I mean? So if it, like, overpowers that, that's kind of fun. But I will say, it's better, like, on bigger TVs, I will say. Or, like, if you have a sound bar or something. That would be good. A sound bar is a good way to test. Preferably, comparing it to like a song and comparing it to like a show, and then playing your shit and then like being like, okay, yeah, phone speakers, headphones, car, classic. Every more medium better, honestly. Laptop speakers, fucking Bluetooth speaker, like the random shitty ass Bose 2 color that you got lying around, fucking your mom's speaker. The karaoke setup, I don't know if you got one of those. They all be saying something different about the mix. Yeah. That's basically it. Like I would notice like on like my Bluetooth speaker, like it would really it's kick forward. And like if the low end or if the low mid is like super uncompressed and like super just kind of not really like handled in a certain way, it does show up a lot more on that than something like your headphones. But like trying to fix that by using a multi-band compressor and then targeting that specific frequency range is probably not the way to go about it. You know what I mean? Like it'll tell you something different about the mix, but like how you interpret the solution is also very important because like you don't want to be over-engineering the solution. You'll just end up working backwards and fucking the mix and everything about it. I don't know if I want to just like put these growls straight up on like the presets that I have. My gut tells me don't do it because like that's usually a bad idea. I mean, I will say the thing with these growls is they got a little bit of massive lost in translation, and I say massive like the plugin because they sound really classic, just dry. Like there's a real like classic nature to it, but it gets kind of smeared with all like the stereo. But it still has the movement. It still has the movement, and the overtones are basically hitting where I want them to hit. You know, it's just not as, it doesn't have the same like fidelity, I guess, as if it were to be dry, but still hits. I don't know. Still talks. It still talks. So in that instance, is fine. And I tested it on a TV. I will say, when it comes to mono mixes, I think when things take your mix and put it to mono, for the most part, it takes just one channel, like left or right, and makes it mono. And I know this, or think this rather, because when I tested it on a TV, which it's not that great at like stereo, let's be real, it didn't really sound the same as like if I were to do like this. Now all of the fidelity is lost. All of that movement is lost completely. If I just merge the left and right signal together, which is kind of a problem. You know, the whole idea behind what I do for stereo, which is a convolver, white noise, very short amount of white noise. What I do, it makes it so that it doesn't actually have the greatest amount of mono compatibility. Although that's the whole idea, which is kind of fucking stupid. But like, whatever. That's kind of one of the things that I forego with the way that I make growls. I don't know, for now, until I find something I like better. I don't like using something like Dimension Expander because all of the high frequency content that the Dimension Expander would add gets completely lost when you put the signal to mono. But I guess if it's taking left and right, like just the left signal and playing it in both, if whatever device that's making your shit in mono is just taking one signal, then it's not that big of a deal. Fucking, I don't know. Whatever. Can I had an idea, like, kind of pop into mind, but can I even do this? Or my brain's too fried. Okay, so let me make like a nice short. Nice simple short growl. So here's how I would go about this. I would go to my massive wavetables for serum, and then I would go to digital hybrid, and I would go to modern talking, and I would. Awesome, and then we're done. I'm playing, of course. I kind of forgot like what I did. I know that I use a scream low pass filter, obviously, but do I use a OT? I do use an OT. Okay, cool. All right, so and then we scream low pass, drive all the way up, because whatever. And that's the growl, for the most part. Let me just kind of, sort of. Is there any like threshold thing? Yeah, I of course I fucking turn it down because I'm nice like that. You know what I mean? Simple, but like, okay, I actually want something. Sort of shorts. I don't know if I want to use the cutoff because I kind of hate the way the cutoff sounds. Like actually using the filter. I'm gonna go to sleep with a hang me when I get to class. Good night, y'all. Sleep well. Okay, let me actually change the fucking wavetable because the fuck is this a joke? Okay, let me like find some different movements. I remove me. What the fuck? Jesus. Fuck. What if I... Oh, okay. Got a little bark going on. This shit kind of fucking talks, can't lie. Where... I'll just call it N followed by whatever fucking base it is. And then I'll make drop to base is. I'll just put them all there. And then I gotta like make it sharper and like kind of more bit of aggressive with the filter movement. And I'll put the filter on it later. I'm gonna filter the, yeah, like the processing on it later. I kind of want to actually do this. So do so that I can get away with doing this. You know, sort of thing. Yeah. Because I think that's a little cooler if I do this stutter with the growl itself. But I might, instead of using this growl, I'll copy the length of that. I'll come over to here and I'll, like, make it talk a little less. And, you know, so it's like that. I mean, yeah, yeah. Just a little cut off because this is like it's a stutter, so like. And then if I'm gonna if this is gonna be the main growl, then I'll actually make this crazier. I'll make this way crazier. Okay. Not way crazier. Well, I just want to hit a specific overtone with a cool sort of tone to it. So I just want to hit a high fifth. Oh my. Oh my god. It's a bit too messy, maybe. Shit! Oh my god. Okay, wait, that's also gross. Wait, what if I... Just to clean it up a little bit. You know? So it's a little less tail. Oh, Fuck, I need a specific overtone. Where's that high fifth? That magical... Oh my god, this is hard. Something like that. What if I layer it with a saw, though? I'm curious what'll happen. That's cool. Yeah, so that'll distort nicely later on. I gotta turn the random down. These are single voice oscillators, so I want them to be consistent. I'll do some fill. Come on, keep going. Shut up. I can. The. the and don't worry, this sounds corny now because it's not fully chopped. And then I'm gonna like put something there. And then I'm gonna like have to fill the rest of that out with some other shit. And there's gonna be some sort of fill at the end. So because and then I need to make like a different base for this. Yeah. And then for this, I need to get something super stupid tonal, high pitch, like. Tell me that doesn't sound like a talk for a hardstyle kick. A little bit. Minus that little tail at the end that you hear. Fuck up, you don't hear that. Cowboy official, hi. Welcome to Sound Design 101. We're making fucking computers talk today. And then I need to awesome a little bit, but like also not really. Because I'm kind of bad at it. I'm just trying to put down some sounds. Oops, let me get rid of this. Sounds like a fucking bird. I need a cool. Oh god. Yeah. And then I gotta like fix this. This whole fucking whatever this is going on here. I'll replace this with something. And this with something a bit more fucking normal and less what is this even trying to do sort of. What is the keybind? So it's G and K. Okay, actually, let me turn this on. I don't know why. I keep forgetting to turn this on every single stream. It's G and K to switch between things. I think it's G and K to switch between things that you have in the piano roll. No. It's G and K to switch between like anything that is in like this thing that you have open. And it's H and J to switch between things that you have in the piano roll already. So let's say I wanted to go to the third one, I would go back to the fourth and then the third, like that. It's mainly H and J that are like really useful to like go back and forth. But, like G and K surround them. That's what's weird. Is that the two on the inside are the ones for the use one, but like they're two on the outside. It's kind of like a fucking launch pad. Oh, okay, yes. Um, and then I gotta figure out a growl for here. I might just change the wavetable and pray I get a cool result. And then there's probably something here. I don't even know if this is gonna be here. Just out of curiosity. If I just slap on one of these, because I have to like tune it sort of for the growls. Like as it stands, there's too much bass. And there's gonna be fills in between, and there's gonna be some fill here. And then I'm probably gonna do this again here, but with different growls and change the pattern up and like really make it feel fucking raunchy and just fresh and crazy. And I wanted to do the halftime thing, but like I don't even know. I think I just want to go back in. I think I just want to go back in and like just like hit it crazy again. But I think I'm gonna save that for a better brain. I got a good canvas, you know, to work off of for next stream. Hopefully more fucking people join because my AVD is 6 minutes, which was the lowest for the past month, and I'm at a peak viewership of 5. So fuck me. But thanks for tuning in nonetheless, and please hit like on the stream. I will see you tomorrow at midnight. Join the Discord server, it's in the description. All right, thank you.